Hello, I'm Andrea Haynes. I'm the group editor of SAP Experts. And today we're at the SAP Insider HR 2013 conference. And I'm speaking to Michael White, who is the Senior Managing Consultant for Exaserv. Could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I got into SAP about 7 years ago. Started out just doing generic development, technical integration, portal work, BSP development, stuff like that. And then transitioned from there to more portal architecture type roles, building out ESS, MSS functionality, developing custom content, really designing and trying to get more into really an architecture role within the portal environment. And then that naturally led to workflow, Adobe, processes and forms, all sorts of process automation type capabilities. But really I'm jack of all trades. I've got a number of different projects across a wide spectrum of technical fields.
And today we're going to be concentrating on your expertise in MSS and ESS.
Correct.
And you're going to be talking about the newest functionality in Enhancement Pack 6 and also HR Renewal 1.0. So let's start with Enhancement Pack 6 and what's new.
So Enhancement Pack 6 just was released last year, so it's not that old. We're just starting to see people really ramping up and having that implemented, or at least looking at rolling on to that functionality. Some of the major perks that you get from Enhancement Pack 6 are really, they've redesigned a little bit and added on to the employee profile. So Enhancement Pack 5 released a personal profile for employees to update their address or their dependents or their bank information. And with Enhancement Pack 6, one of the major benefits is now there's a baddie business add-in available that allows you to customize per info type what screens are going to look like. So if you have an emergency contact screen that you're trying to create, that can look very different than your personal address, or if you're doing it from a family member dependent perspective, your emergency contact screen could be different from your spouse or your children as you enter those in. So you can really get down to a very granular level what you want that screen to look like. So that's a really big addition, and that came up as one of the pain points with Enhancement Pack 5, doing integrations there. Another one is that with Enhancement Pack 6, now you have the ability to turn on and off specific info types. So you can make an info type on the screen display only, which is functionality that you didn't have before. So you can say, I want people to be able to view their bank details, but not necessarily update them. So that's another big perk that we get. You can turn that on and off really on a country-specific level. There's a baddie that's implemented for you to use so that you can change it, write whatever code you need to in order to get that to meet your business criteria. So those are two big perks. Enhancement Pack 6 functionality just really cleans up a lot of the talent management functionality. So there's a lot of updates to talent management in there that are beneficial, and really cleaning up the look and feel, adding in new functionality, especially the collaborations between managers and their employees. So it's a great enhancement pack. It's done a lot of fixing of some of the stuff from Enhancement Pack 5 that really needed to have a little bit more customizability that didn't necessarily exist before. So it's a welcome addition.
Good. Now it's on to HR Renewal 1.0, and could you briefly tell people what that is, just in case they don't know?
Sure. So HR Renewal 1.0 is SAP's attempt to really update the look and feel of the SAP portal. So instead of the traditional look and feel that they've had since the release of ECC 6.0 and even earlier, now it's moving more towards the HTML5, more of a web design kind of view, so that it's much more intuitive for the user. It looks more like what they're used to seeing on modern websites, modern interfaces using their browser. HR Renewal 1.0 requires Enhancement Pack 6, so you have to at least be on Enhancement Pack 6 in order to plug in the HR Renewal 1.0 functionality and get that working. But once you do, you get a number of benefits. One of those would be the fact that with HR Renewal 1.0, I think as of the latest functional package that's released for that, you have WebDim Pro for ABAP-based HCM processes and forms. So not only is the application itself a WebDim Pro for ABAP, which is an SAP native application, but the actual form itself now can be customized and built all with WebDim Pro for ABAP. So you no longer need to have an Adobe license or use an Adobe form in order to build out a process and submit it into the system. It also introduces much more robust substitution functionality. So substitution being where if you have a manager and they're going to go on leave and they would need to replace, their decision-making capabilities for a period of time with another manager, then you can submit that substitution into the system much more easily now using this new functionality. It'll automatically work for time approval, leave approval, clock in, clock out corrections, all those, including the workflows themselves within the system, will be automatically rerouted to the new substitute. So again, it's great functionality. I've been really excited to be reading up and studying up on it. We've got HR Renewal in one of our sandbox environments, and I'm impressed with what I've seen so far. Currently, it's only focused on the more HR admin type view. So you've got your landing page for HR Renewal 1.0 for them has a number of different streams of content that all appear on the main page, and then they can select an employee, initiate a WebDim Pro for ABAP-based process on them, and update, create a position, transfer them to somewhere else in the organization, whatever the case may be. But I know that in terms of future functionality, this year they're looking to roll out an update for the employee self-service and manager self-service views, so that those two can have the updated UI5 look and feel and that kind of functionality.
It's a nice
it's really
change
exciting
for HR people, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
All this attention.
It is. So the other main benefit to HR Renewal is using this HTML5 UI5 functionality. You can actually use the same services which before had spotty functionality, in terms of working on a mobile device, so an iPad, an iPhone, an Android phone, whatever the case may be. Now that we're transitioning more to an HTML5 based rendering, all those are natively supported by tablets, phones. They all work the same way that they do with any other web page that you'd pull up on your device. So we're getting a lot better cross-platform functionality, where you can have an iPad run and have the exact same service that is on your PC when you're going to access it. So it's great. I think it's a great move for them, and that's one of the reasons why our organization has been focusing so heavily on HTML5 development now.
I see. Well, thank you very much.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you to Michael White from Exaserv.